Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I am here with an important topic related to project management, that is organizational structures. We will discuss organizational structures, their merits and demerits, their strengths and weaknesses. So what is organizational structure? It is a system that outlines how specific activities are handled to fulfill a strategic mission is known as organizational structure. Rules, roles and obligations are all part of these activities. The organizational structure also determines the flow of information between the divisions within the corporation. It is important to help the organization to work towards its goals. Okay, there are basically three main organizational structures that help business implement efficient decision making process. These three basic structures are functional organization, matrix organization and project organization. We will discuss these one by one and we will see how these structures work and what are their merits and demerits. So let's start. First one is functional organization. The most prevalent organization structure in the world today is the basic hierarchical structure. This is the standard pyramid with top management at the top of the chart and middle and lower management spreading out down the pyramid. The organization is usually broken down into different functional units such as engineering, research, accounting and administration. As you can see over here in this chart, that at the top, this is the top management, you can say general management or chief executive, and there are different functional units such as technical or engineering unit, finance and accounting, research unit, personnel and operations unit, and these different units are directly responsible to general manager or chief executive, and they are directed to report directly to the general manager. So this is the simple functional organization. Okay, like pyramid, the top management at the top and lower management goes down towards lower management. Okay, though, so the power at higher level is much, and as we descend down the pyramid, the power decreases and responsibility increases. The strength of this functional organization is in its centralization of similar resources. For example, engineering department provides a secure and comfortable organizational arrangement with well-defined career paths for young engineers. The functional organization also have a number of weaknesses. When it is involved in multiple projects, conflicts invariably arise in the relative priorities of these projects in the competition for resources. Also, the functional department based on technical specialty often places more emphasis on its own specialty than on the goals of the project. Lack of motivation and inertia are other problems. However, many companies use the functional organization for their project work as well as their standard operations. Now, the second organizational structure is project organization. The opposite of the hierarchical functional organization is the single purpose project or vertical organization. In a projectized organization, all the resources necessary to attain a specific objective are separated from a regular functional structure and set up as a self-contained unit headed by a project manager. As you can see over here in this picture, the top management or the owner of the company or organization is on the top. Then there are different functional units. First one is regular functional units. This is regular and fixed functional unit. Okay, then as the new project arise, if we talk about the construction projects, a company has a number of projects. Okay, so for each project they deploy a project manager, and under each project there are different functional units, as you can see over here: technical, finance, research, similar as that of functional unit. So these are directly responsible to project manager, and project manager is have to report to the general manager. If another project, if company attains or able to get another project, he will hire another project manager, and same functional units will be deployed under that project manager. I hope you understand. Okay, so the project manager is given a considerable authority over the project and may acquire resources from either inside or outside of the overall organization. All personnel on the project are under the direct authority of the project manager for the duration of the project, as I explained this chart to you. Okay, the advantage of the project organization come from the singleness of the purpose and the unity of the command. Motivation is developed in the working personnel through this type of organizational structures. Though it has some weaknesses, the project organization, however, is not a perfect solution to all the project management problems, as some have suggested. Setting up a new, highly visible temporary structure upsets the regular organization. As I told you before, if a company able to get another project, he will make another project manager, and under that project manager, he will deploy the different functional units like technical, finance. So what will happen? This will upset the regular organization. Facilities are duplicated and resources are used inefficiently. Another serious problem is the question of job security upon termination of the temporary project. As the project complete, that new hired staff or new personals will not be able to uh, sustain their job, as the project has ended and the company has now no need to hire these people as for long period. Okay, so as the project complete, the personals or employees will have to go and search for another job. Personnel often lose their home in the functional structure while they are off working on a project. Then there comes matrix organization. Matrix organization is a multi-dimensional structure that tries to maximize the strength and minimize the weaknesses of both project and functional structures. Okay, now the aim of this organizational structure is to mitigate the problems that arises in project and functional structures. At the top of the management is a general manager or chief executive, and under the authority of chief executive there comes the VP, vice president projects, vice president technician, vice president finance, vice president research, personnel and operations. Then under the VP projects there is project coordinator. Okay, and under the project coordinator there are number of axes for individuals working on a project. Okay, number of personals working under coordinator, and they are directly responsible to VP as well. Okay, and similarly project coordinator is responsible for this personnel, and this personnel is also directly reported, will have to direct report to VP and project coordinator as well. So this circle goes in this shape, in this side and in this side as well, both in both directions. Okay, VP personnel and project coordinator as well. So this is called matrix organization. The major benefit of the matrix organization are balancing of objectives, the coordination across functional department lines, and the visibility of the project objects through the project coordinator's office. The major disadvantage is that the person in the middle is working for two bosses. As I told you in this picture, that this personnel is directly working under two bosses. First one is project coordinator and the second one is VP technician. Similarly, this one is also working under two bosses, so their problem arises. And vertically, he or she reports to his functional department head, and horizontally he or she reports to the project coordinator or the project manager. In a conflict situation, he or she can be caught in the middle. The project manager often feels that he has little authority with regard to the functional departments. Here project director or project coordinator, okay, project manager means project coordinator as I explained in the chart. On the other hand, the functional department head often feels that project coordinator is interfering in his territory. The solution to this problem is to define the roles, responsibilities and authority of each of the actors clearly in a project charter. The project coordinator specifies what is to be done, okay, and the functional department is responsible for how it is to be done. Now this is very important in matrix organization, that roles have to be defined and responsibilities have to be defined in project charter, and project coordinator specifies what is to be done and functional department is responsible for how it is to be done. So that's all for today. For more videos, you are requested to please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get video updates.